Hello to all of our BPTV fans, YouTube fans, new fans, and anybody just hearing about our by request show. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. I'm co producer with Jessica Lee, and we're co hosting by request, which we've been doing since COVID. And thank you for watching our shows. Jessica Lee, how are you, and what song do we have coming up?
Hey, Al, it's great to be with you today. This is a very special venue. We're going to hear more about it during the show. There's some live music coming that we'll talk about. And thank you all for requesting shows all through the pandemic and continuing. The first song that I want to sing for you all is one of my favorites. It was one of my grandmother's favorites. It's called They Can't Take That Away From Me. And Al, They Can't Take That Away From Me really means memories of being in special places with special people and forming relationships really of unconditional love. They can't take that away from us, those memories. And this place just has a mind, body, spirit vibe that's all good. And so I'd like to start with They Can't Take That Away From Me.
No, that is great, Jess. First, I want to ask how you are
I'm doing-
during these troubled times.
Doing great. We're hanging in there. I know that a lot of people are tired of the pandemic, but we're getting through it all. And so I just keep telling everybody, stay positive, like you say,
Yes.
stay safe, and stay kind.
Yes, and I'll give you an update. Just finishing up my China gunpowder. This great venue gave me hot water for my loose leaf green tea. Sip by sip, the better health. And let's listen to this great song.
And thank you for the request. I couldn't move the whole next day or talk. The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. Well, now they can't take that away from me. The way your smile just gleams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. Well, can't take that away from me. We may never meet again on the bumpy road to love. Still, I'll always keep the memory of the way you hold that knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. No, can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. Well, now they can't take that away from me. The way your smile just gleams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, can't take that away from me. We may never meet again on the bumpy road to love. Still, I'll always keep the memory of the way you hold
know that I the way we danced till 3. Way you changed my life. No, 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 can't take that away from me. No, no, they can't take that away. Well, they can't take that away. No, they can't take that away. Yeah, from me. No, no, no.
Hey everybody, welcome to our By Request show. We are at a very special venue today with founder and owner Craig Kaza. He's going to tell you where we are, and we're going to go inside first and then around the back. Craig, tell everybody where we are.
Well, we're in North Park, which is an amazing park. There's 50 miles of trails, single track trails through the woods. There's a 5-mile loop around the lake. And we're at Pro Bike and Run and Cadence Clubhouse.
And we're in Pittsburgh.
And we're in Pittsburgh.
For those of you who may not know, North Park in Pittsburgh. Okay. And so just tell everybody the year that this started up.
Oof. I
A couple of years ago?
Oh, yeah. We opened probably 2 years ago. We started probably 8 or 9 years ago.
Okay.
In
And
planning.
when you opened 2 years ago, was it just the inside or with the back Cadence
No,
Clubhouse
we actually
outside?
started with the whole boardwalk and redid the road and the intersection and make it high pedestrian, that kind of thing. Work with the county, and then we opened with Pro Bike and Run first, and we knew we wanted a community piece, and that's evolved through the process, and with all of there's 25 plus groups that use this as their clubhouse, and there's meetings, and there's the Pittsburgh Thunderbirds, the ultimate Frisbee team. This is their clubhouse, and they play at the stadium across the road, and it's just a lot of cool connections like that. And then we have tons of trail running groups and road riding and mountain, and then we have our kids programs, and so just amazing partners have come around us to be part of the clubhouse, right? And the whole thing it started with, I grew up watching Spanky and Alfalfa and the gang, right? But it's the clubhouse idea, right? They'd go have this great adventure, and they'd come back and regroup, and then they'd go have another great adventure, right? And that's kind of that's where clubhouse, I just can never get that out of my head. And then there's a cadence to running, riding, to life, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the whole mind, body, spirit engagement, the cadence part of it.
Beautiful.
And so there's a cadence, and so Cadence Clubhouse is how it all came about, the name.
So the Cadence Clubhouse and Cafe that's behind, inside a little bit, and also behind outdoors venue.
Right.
Did the outdoors venue behind the building start at the same time, or did that start later?
No, that evolved. We always knew we were going to do something with that and plan for it. But it's really, the whole thing has evolved into, so it's not a bad thing that it took a long time to get done, because it's evolved in what really the community and the people want and need,
beautiful.
right? And the opening and the way you can open the garage doors. And during the pandemic, those garage doors were open all the time, and more people were using the outside and sitting outside. And so it was good, really good that
So you
way.
responded to needs. There was a cadence in how this developed, right?
Exactly.
So let's go inside
Yeah.
first, and then we'll go around the back. Is that
Okay.
good?
Awesome.
All right, come on in. Hey, everybody, we're now inside Pro Bike plus Run. So, Craig, tell us a little bit about what's here around us right now.
Yeah, so every time we were looking at putting a store in the North Hills, because we wanted to serve the North Hills, I would park in this little parking lot here and ride my bike after I drive up and down 19, all the busy, and one day it just hit me. It was like, we just got to do it here. And so we figured out build it, they'll come kind of thing, because we're in the park, we're right next to the park. So we started this long journey of building this building, and it's in the floodplain, and so we had a lot of those issues. It took quite a while, but we were able to evolve with exactly what we wanted to do. So,
When did you start?
oh man, probably 8 or 9 years ago. So it was quite a while ago, and then we've been open a couple years now. And the Bike and Run opened first, and that's been a great success, just fitting people in shoes and bikes and getting them out and having a great experience. So that's what that's all about.
So, bike, run,
Mm-hmm.
and if you could turn and let people see your shoulder.
Oh yeah. So mind, body, spirit, we're all about engaging. That's kind of how Cadence Clubhouse came about, because we're about engaging the entire person. So most days you go out for a ride or a run, it's always great physically, but most days it's better here and here. So you need to escape. We need to be in community, that type of thing. So yeah, it's about engaging the whole person, mind, body, spirit. So we want to create an awesome place to sit and hang out, be with friends, Have coffee in the morning before you go for a run, have a burger and a beer afterwards because you earned it, but with friends and community. And that was a big miss, I think, all over. So too many times people would just get together in the park, okay, I'll see you next week. And it's like, we wanted to create a place for them. So we have 25 plus groups, trail running groups, riding groups, road groups, mountain groups. We have kids groups, all these different groups and charities that use this as their clubhouse. So it's exciting. So they support it, and it's been even in COVID, it's been a great success. And so we're very excited.
To me, it's all about connections here. When I first walked in, I mean, I've driven by it a million times, but I never came in.
A lot of people say that.
Until somebody said, hey, you've got to come inside. And when I came inside, it was like, wow, you have all these products, biking, running, health products, eating, drinking. But I didn't realize that you had like this major cafe. And I also didn't realize you had an outdoor stage and a whole beautiful like fire pits and all of that. So when I came in, it was even more of a wow. The
good.
architecture is fantastic. It's like you're part of nature. Do you want to just mention a little bit about what you thought about when you built this amazing facility, which gives you room to spread out? I mean, even in a pandemic.
It does. It does. Yeah, and open the garage doors. During the pandemic, the garage doors were open all the time. Even when it's 35 degrees, they were open because everybody wanted fresh air. But yeah, so it's exciting. It started as a simple, hey, let's do a kind of a cool Amish barn, and then you're in the floodplain, and then you ends up all this steel and structure, and we had to elevate the building and do the boardwalks, but we want to make them big and open and friendly, so everything just evolved, and we had plenty of time as we went through the planning process because it took a while. So we have like 7,000 square feet of Cadence Clubhouse here, restaurant, cafe, bar. It's all about local. We have the local market here. So we're local music, local everything. So it's just supporting local, and you get a nice day and the place is packed and you see all the people and they're alive and the energy and the community. It's so exciting.
Okay, Craig, let's just go backwards for a moment.
Sure.
A lot of people are meeting you for the first time on television, and they're probably thinking, where was he before this, and what led him to bring this to fruition? Why?
Yeah. So I was in the corporate real estate industry for a long time, opening Rite Aid stores and Sherwin-Williams and all that, and so I was very successful monetarily, but I needed balance in my life too. So I learned that through the process. And I have an amazing family. I have 4 kids. My daughter's just started working for us in business, which is really exciting. The other 3 in high school, and so that's been a lot of fun. But as they've come up through sports, and I've coached all my life and played and all that, too many people are connected to phones and connected to the internet. I'll just order that on the internet, and they're not supporting local, and and the kids are all on their phones and not paying attention to people. And it's like, what do you do to change that, right? How do we? Because that's formidable. And so how do you start changing that? And so creating a space and a place for people to be. Initially, I didn't want any Wi-Fi or anything in here, and then eventually you have to okay, we've got to meet them where they are, so we've got to give them some Wi-Fi and all that, so we did. And then there's kids in here during COVID, they were in here going to school. They'd come down here, they didn't want to sit at home, they needed to get out, they were sitting here on all their laptops for school, which was kind of cool. We have schools, NA takes field trips out here and rides mountain bikes for advanced PE, things like that, and they'll ride mountain bikes and they'll do CrossFit and they'll eat 50 pizzas and they go back to school. And but it's just getting out and being part of the world, right? And in community, and everything's not a click, everything's not on the phone.
No, and in beauty. You've incorporated beauty in the broad sense, and I think that people can come even if it's cold and sit inside, do school or do whatever,
right.
But be safe in a pandemic even, but still see each other and be in community. They're not isolated.
Yeah.
But it's just like this perfect balance that you've struck
It turned
here.
out amazing. We're just, and our people bring it to life. I mean, they do an amazing job, and everybody's passionate about what they do here. They're here because they want to be here.
Yeah.
You know?
So just tell us a little bit about the food, the culinary. People are always, what are they serving there? And the beers and the drinks. What's special about your culinary and drinks?
It's all natural. I mean, we don't want to do anything that's not, and then we have the local market, which is a lot of local foods and nutrition and all those kind of things. But we want to support the whole person. So whatever you want to do, if you want to go run a marathon, we're going to help you do that through the nutrition, right? We're going to help you between the protein and the proper amounts and those type of things. And so we can go as far as people want. We have people that are big-time sports nutritionists on staff that work with us. We have Common Plea actually does our catering work here. They
Okay.
do an amazing job. They're the best. And so when we do bigger events, we bring them in. Because outside we have seating up to 500, I think, outside downstairs by the stage.
Great.
And so, yeah, this kitchen isn't set up for that. But we want to do a little bit of everything here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they continue to innovate and change the menu and have fun with it. But it's,
So just before we leave the inside and go to the outside and see the back, that's the part that most people don't know about. That you have the
Right.
stage and fire pits, and they drive by and are surprised. Wow, you have
Sure.
a partially covered patio even for rain in
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
right.
That's
Yeah, right.
awesome.
yeah.
So just say a word about events. When you do events for charities or corporate or schools, can you use the inside and the outside? And how does that work here?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've had all kinds of neat events outside, and then about 3,000 square feet of it's covered. It's under the building, and then the other parts outside. So it's a little bit of both. That'll be tented in for the winter because there's been a lot of demand for all kinds of wedding parties and different things like that. So we'll use that. We'll use this up here. We have bands down there. We have bands up here. We have bands in the back. We'll have them up front. We'll open the garage doors. We'll put them on the deck. It just kind of whatever the mood suits and whatever the artist. We have so many amazing artists that are part of this, from the young ones all the way through, and we just want to promote all that. And it's sometimes that you show up here on Friday and lunchtime, there's somebody doing acoustic in the high school or something, and it's just really cool. So it just evolves, we just kind of let it happen and comes to life. And it's the people that bring it to life. It's not just
Wow.
us. It's the people in the community.
Yeah, the connections. I'm looking forward to singing here myself for the first time soon.
So are we.
Excited about the happy hour. Mark Strickland on guitar. And one of my dear friends, Corey, has Core Eats mixes that you're selling here, the healthy baked good mixes.
Right?
And,
Yeah. That's so good.
oh,
They're
healthy
so
brownies. Are you kidding me? And pizza
good.
dough.
Gluten-free, the whole thing,
Yeah.
right? Absolutely.
So let's go outside, should we?
Absolutely.
And see what you have out there. Talk a little
Absolutely.
more. When I came out here and saw this gorgeous outdoor stage behind us, my jaw dropped. And then Pittsburgh has a lot of rain. Every now and again, we get a little bit of rain. And this has a beautiful place as well that is covered, a covered patio, even for inclement weather. So we are now on the side of the venue, Pro Bike and Run, and behind it. So, Craig, one of my friends brought me here, I want to say a month ago or so, and it has become my new favorite place to hang out.
Awesome.
It's just, you're one with nature and like you said, community. There's all these bikers and runners and walkers and people just hanging out here for various reasons. So it's just the vibe here
It's awesome.
is awesome.
Glad you're feeling it.
I'm
Thank
feeling
you.
it. And this stage, what a great idea. So tell us a little bit about how you're using this Cadence Clubhouse and Cafe, the outdoor space.
Yeah, it's really community driven, right? It's really how different artists and performers and groups and charities want to use it, right? So we've kind of understood what they wanted, and it's really continues to evolve. We added the 3 fire pits. Joe, our construction guy, we're going to build a stage, and he understood exactly how big a stage it needed to be able to do all the pieces you want to be able to do. And it's like, okay, let's do that. Great.
Have you been happy with the stage size?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everyone has. It's like you can get the equipment in easy, and you're right up there, and you're just playing, and it sounds great back here.
Yeah. And have you had dancers here yet?
I don't know whether we've had
Yeah.
dancers. I'd have to ask
Yeah,
our
but you
guys,
certainly
yeah.
could, couldn't you? If you
We
wanted
could.
people to move around and move to the music, you have enough space
Oh, people
here.
dance everywhere, right?
Yeah.
We don't have a formal dance floor. That's one of the things that some of our people have been talking about is a wooden dance floor.
Yeah.
So we may need to float one in here.
Yeah, now I do a lot of jazz and blues, more classic, but now I've been doing a lot more fusion with world music.
Yeah.
And all the dancers like to come out and move to the
okay.
world rhythms if you have beautiful
Make sure we get you a
percussionists.
floor.
Okay. Well, so if you would come during the day, you go inside for the food and the drink, you can bring it outside. Am I right about
Absolutely.
that? But this
Absolutely.
opens up the bar down here. There's a beautiful bar here. When does that open up?
It opens up whenever there's an event down here.
Okay.
Since it's more an event-driven area, or when we have a larger music venue and they want the stage and want to be able to have a lot more people.
Okay, so beautiful. When
So-
you have an event that's open to the public here, or if there's a private event, you can open up the bar down here.
Right.
And all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So the future,
Yeah.
the future. So you told us a bit about your past. the inspiration for starting this up. Here we are, right? Wow.
Yeah, thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, it really truly is one of my favorite spots.
That's awesome.
And,
Thank you.
And tell us about the future here, your future plans generally, if there's other things in the pipeline for
Yeah, so
you.
we bought the Oxford Club out in Moreauville, so we're redoing that. That's 170,000 square feet on a roof, so it's big. And so we're redoing that all a team sports facility. And the goal is, in the end, we'll have we have baseball, we have soccer, we have indoor soccer, we have outdoor soccer field we just built, we have basketball courts, volleyball courts, everything. But it's all about getting the kids out and getting them active, right? We'll put esports in there too, because you got to reach the kids where they are, and if they want to, those kids that play on the court, they will also come play esports both, and again be able to be in community.
And have a balance between the screen and the physical.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So there'll be a little esports section, but most of it will be all very active, right?
Yeah.
And we'll do things for the parents out there. We're doing a full-blown workout facility. We'll have a full sports performance area for team training, but all training on teams, right? So kids learn so many things nowadays through teams: how to win, how to lose, how to be selfless, how to overcome, how to persevere, and do it in a team environment, right? So that's the most important. That's our mission out there. So it's that kind of, and when it's fully up and running, which probably be sometime next year.
Yeah.
We're building out a restaurant or cadence out there, but when it's fully up and running, our goal is to put 1 million kids a year through that facility and to impact their lives. So we'll do life skills. We're teamed up with Pitt and a number of great people to actually do life skills out there, where you'll teach them financial wellness like they do for their athletes, but financial wellness, but we're also going to coach them up on mind, body, spirit too, and a lot of team building and team initiatives. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and how to deal with social media, how to have a conversation, how to dress, all those type of things. So we have a lot of big plans for that, and it's
So
just
that's
reach the
East
kids.
Pittsburgh, Monroeville,
Right.
and that's in about a year.
That's actually it's going on now,
Yeah.
but fully sometime next year we'll have the restaurant and everything wrapped up and really be rolling. But yeah, it's open now, and we're doing a lot of really neat things out there right now.
All right, so you have something in the north, you're going to have something in the east, and I'm guessing
Right.
there's even more plans in your head, right?
Yeah, well, the Strip District is well underway.
Okay,
so the
Strip District is downtown, yeah.
Right now the schedule's the end of February, and that's going to be a 350-person event space on the top floor of the former Auto Milk building down there, right at 2400 Smallman. And right across from Wiggle Whiskey, we actually have a tunnel that goes from our space to Wiggle Whiskey under the street.
That's so cool.
Which is kind of cool. So I don't know if we're going to be able to keep it open, but it's where you can see it, and we walked in, and it's pretty neat. But so it's right there, and the main floor will be Pro Bike and Run, and then there's 19-foot ceilings in the basement, all stone walls. It's going to be beautiful. It'll be called Cadence Cellars, and we'll do a beautiful restaurant down there, a speakeasy bar type of thing, great for jazz.
Great
right?
for jazz. Let's get
And-
those flapper outfits out.
Yeah, right. And then but the whole speakeasy stairs kind of coming down, which will be really cool, kind of. And then we'll have locker rooms down there for the athletes that want to shower and then go have dinner or hang out, So it's again another community thing, but you have to innovate in these spaces like bike and run stores. They're old-fashioned businesses. They're going by the wayside. Everybody's ordering on the internet and all that. They do, but they'll have most of the time you have a bad experience. It doesn't work. It doesn't fit. We want people to have a great experience. So all of our people are trained in fit, whether it's shoes, whether it's bikes, whatever, and to help you get on the right piece of equipment and a good quality piece of equipment to get out and have a great experience. So that's our goal, and that's what we do with Pro Bike and Run. But we're trying to take that to all the different levels.
This is so innovative and exciting. And the fact that you have the mind, body, spirit kind of mission is one of the things that I feel in your spaces. I felt it
good.
immediately.
That's awesome.
That there was this whole goodness and health vibe through like every part of life. And let's end with just speaking a little bit about mission and how we pass on certain things to children, because when I was growing up at 5, I started playing basketball. I was a point guard all my life.
Oh, nice.
And then I started singing and playing piano at 5. So bands are similar to teams,
Sure.
right? And
Absolutely.
you were talking about life skills and things like that. And after winning Wimbledon one year, just recently, I listened to Novak Djokovic say his success as a champion is 50% physical and 50% mental.
Right.
And that was like, wow, half and
Yeah.
half is big.
Yeah,
So
right.
talk just a little bit about a couple of life lessons if somebody's watching right now. You
Yeah.
know, we talked a little bit earlier about servant leadership, just between us. Building businesses, building community, building relationship when there's broken relationships.
Sure.
And long time personally hurt feelings. I mean,
Right.
all of these business, life, sports, music, bands, there's something in common. Talk about your mission and some lessons learned as we end today for people out there who want to build something great, whether it's personal or business.
Yeah, it's and you're always learning. I was just at a summit this past weekend, and it was a leadership summit and some amazing minds. And it was like I sat up from the first session. I'm like, this is like drinking from a fire hydrant. These leading edge sports psychologists and coaches. It was like, wow, this is really good. It's a whole nother language a lot of times, and so we're always learning, right? And but the mission is king for us, and it's like when we're on mission and all of our people are on mission, and it's to serve and get people out having a great experience and help them do that. I mean, like it's why we do what we do, right? It's why our people do what they do. We have retired business development people, retired engineers, all that, and this is what they want to do because they want to be with the people, they want to share, they want to be in community, they want to go on those rides and those runs, and they want to help people have a great experience out there. Everyone's an athlete, whether they're walking a mile or whether they're running a ultra marathon for 100 miles, right? They're all athletes, and we all have that in us and that physical part. And people need to realize a lot of times most of us are off balance, right? Mind, body, and spirit. Something's not. You can be the most spiritual, amazing person, but if you haven't taken care of your physical, that's tough, right? And vice versa. It's all so important, and we need the kids to understand that, right?
So
And
you're bringing
reach 'em.
balance to people's lives, and you're trying to teach the children how to find balance.
Yeah, we're just creating the space for all those amazing people that do that and
Yeah.
live in that space and
Yeah.
coach that and do all that, for them to really help take us all there, a lot of like-minded people. And the people that come around these things, it's amazing. And we have so many amazing people that are part of this. 25, 30 groups in here now that are part of this, that are part of the clubhouse and everywhere we go and the teams and all that. But we want to coach the whole person, and we want to engage the whole person.
Yeah.
And that's important, and that's exciting. And we have to reach them where they are.
Yeah.
And this is where people are. This is where kids are. This is where they need to be. You reach kids through sports today.
Yeah.
You just do. You're barely reaching them in school. You're barely reaching them in church. They're barely going to all these places, but you reach them through sports because they still want to play their sports.
That's right.
And so all those things they learn in the classroom, they get to play out on the courts and the fields.
That's right.
So, yeah, we're just kind of pressing into all those spaces, but so many amazing people coming alongside. And so the servant leader thing, we're just trying to create spaces and environment for these people to come in and thrive, and places for them to do that. And it's really exciting. I get chills when I think about all the people that are coming around us and embraced this mission, and we're all on it together, right?
Yeah.
So it's all of us.
Well, on behalf of the community, I'm one member. Thank you.
You're awesome.
You
Thank
created
you.
a space that is inspiring for me.
Thank you.
And feels safe, and it feels beautiful, and it feels balanced. And so
That's awesome.
we wish you just a ton of success.
Awesome.
And
Thank you.
also thank you for supporting the creative arts here. And,
Absolutely.
we'll
It's a
look
big
forward
part
to,
of it, right?
Yeah,
Very big part of it.
A long time of collaboration, friendship. So thank
Awesome.
you, Craig.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Hey, everybody. We're so glad that you joined us to learn about this wonderful venue in Pittsburgh's North Park, and also about new ones coming in Monroeville and downtown Pittsburgh in the Strip District. What did you think about this amazing, wonderful venue, Al?
Jess, this is so great. I was here for a Kidney Foundation table. I fell in love with this outer area. And then a week later, you told me, what about Cadence Clubhouse at North Park? I said, I love it. I never was upstairs. Now I've seen the upstairs, met Craig. What a great guy he is, and what a great venue, mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah, and I want to say a big thank you to Joe Sipley of Highmark for introducing us to the venue. And I'm going to be singing here a very special event soon. And it's going to be a jazz and blues happy hour that features at the musical break
Yes.
Variety Pittsburgh. Say a word about the charity.
Exactly. The charity is just a great thing. Out here, we're both strong with the nonprofits and charities. Just check them out. And you got to come out to this Jazz Happy Hour, 6 to 8 p.m. on October 28th. Come on out. They have great food, great venue. Jess, what do you think of this outdoor venue?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to have a beer or two, they have all kinds of local beers. I think there's going to be lots of collaborations here in the future for charities and schools and entertainment and health and wellness events like the one you attended. So we just want to encourage you to check it out. Check the website out, and we're going to have a really good time on October 28th.
Yes, we will. And since we're here with By Request, Jess, what song are we going to listen
so
to?
This place, the word that strikes me most is wonderful. Everything is wonderful here.
I
And
agree.
The birds are singing. I see a blue sky. It has to be what a wonderful world as we go out.
Jess, I can't wait to listen to this. What another great theme by Jessica Lee.
Thanks for the show, Al, the By Request show. Everybody keep the requests coming. We're going to keep doing By Request songs, and we're going to take you to all kinds of venues that are also doing wonderful things for the community and the arts.
Yes, and Jessica Lee, we continue to co-produce, co-host, and thank you for watching and liking our shows and the great feedback. Please give us more By Request.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I watch them bloom now for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world, yes. I see skies of blue, here clouds of white, bright blessed day now, dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world, yes. The colors of the rainbow, pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands. How do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we will ever know. Well, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, pretty in the sky, also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands. How do you do? They're really saying, I so love you. Babies cry, we watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we will ever know. We think to ourselves, what a wonderful world, yeah. do 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 do